Hello, Melissa here. We're doing a quick audit today. I'm going to walk through a Menopause and Midlife Health Center website. Now, they have over 30 plus certified clinicians and 20 plus locations. And I want to show you 5 patient experience gaps I see on a lot of women's health websites. Gaps that quietly cause drop off before the first visit and fewer follow ups after. And just to be clear, this is not about clinical care, right? This clinic has impressive credentials and specialists. This is about the experience layer, the part that helps a woman feel confident enough to book, show up, and stay in care. Now, when women are looking for menopause support, they're usually arriving with some combination of anxiety, frustration, brain fog, fatigue, sleep issues, weight changes, mood swings, and a big question. Is this normal and how will this clinic actually help me? So, the website's job is to reduce uncertainty and remove friction and guide that lady to the next step. Let's start. Now, above the fold, and this is what we call the first thing you see when you load up a website or web page, is personalized care. We're listening, right? It's warm, I would give you that, but it also seems a little bit generic, right? So, a woman in the messy middle of symptoms need a little bit more clarity fast, like what this program treats, who's it for, perimenopause versus surgical menopause, what the first visit actually does for her. Now, right now, this page leads with reassurance, but it doesn't immediately answer, can you help me fix my symptoms? Or, what really is the plan? A simple kind of top reasons women book section above the scroll, like hot flashes, our usual sleep or mood swings, anything like that would be a little bit more beneficial than what they have here at the moment. And then perhaps something that says, hey, here's how your first appointment works in 3 steps. Okay, let's go a little bit further. Now, I am seeing multiple call to actions, or what I call CTAs, right? There's a request appointment, there's call this number, there's find a doctor. It really should, there's even like a give no up here at the top. But there really should be one call to action. And that should be your book no. That should be your request no. Book a consultation. Then perhaps the secondary call to action could be find a doctor. Too many options kind of would lead to fatigue really quickly. And, that exhausted lady will get off of the site very quickly. Now, when I click the request and appointment field, this form, when it first popped up, I was like, this form is really long. First name, last name, email, phone number, zip code, how do you hear about us? Have you used services before? Specialty, how can we help? Right? Long forms aren't always bad. I'll give you that. But in women's health, especially menopause care, friction can equal drop off. So here's a few options. A 2-step form, perhaps step 1 could be name plus email plus phone. What are you looking for help with? And step 2, all the rest of things, right? You could offer a low friction alternative like text us and we'll schedule with you, or pick a time if direct scheduling is possible. And then also add some sort of reassurance of some kind, like you don't know what to select. We'll help you choose the right provider. So that's gap number 3 for me. Now let's talk about the education side of things. It's great, but really it could be a little bit weak. So I see at top here there are, events and classes, which is good. I even offer some myself sometimes, right? They also have, I believe, on the first page some FAQs, which leads to strong educational content. But here's the gap. Education is happening without a clear next step funnel for women who are interested but not ready to book. A fix for this, convert education into an intentional pathway. Like add a lead magnet of some kind, menopause appointment prep guide or symptoms tracker for your first visit, or perhaps even a simple quiz would be good. Like, is this perimenopause or menopause? With the appropriate disclaimers, of course. And then a sequence that supports her between interest and appointment. This is where clinics can win back patients who would otherwise ghost them. Now, the final gap I see here is trust that is implied, but not actually felt. There is leadership listed, shows, you mentioned Menopause Society, certifications, and even stats 30 plus certified clinicians, 20 locations. And that is actually pretty impressive. But trust in women's health is actually quite emotional. Credentials help, but women also want to feel, you understand me. You won't dismiss me. Not too clinical. You hear me, there's a natural emotional side to it. You'll guide me in between visits, right? A fix for this is that I can add human trust builders. So even a short patient story, what we believe about menopause care statement, that'd be great. Clear expectations would also be really good because they have here their approach, but I don't see clear expectations here when they come to booking appointment. A meet your care team section that speaks like a real person and not a directory. That would be good because for this audience, reassurance isn't fluff. It's actually conversion. So overall, really quickly, a strong brand, lots of education, and a professional experience. But there are a few patient journey leaks that could reduce bookings and follow through. A women's health clinic, if you run a women's health clinic and you're wondering, is my website doing this too? I made a free resource that breaks down the most common gaps I see and how to fix them. To download the patient experience gap report, you can find it at wellnessgrowthagency.com/gap-report. And I'll also include the link in the comments below. And if you want a full teardown of your own booking to visit journey, you can also book a paid audit when you're ready. I am Elisa. See you at the next audit.